This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. What really sets Quail Hollow apart here at the Wells Fargo Championship, the brutal finishing stretch. They call it the Green Mile, and we are excited to bring you all of the tournament action. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Just 418 yards to kick off this Wells Fargo Championship. And Frank, what's the right way to get at this hole?
A nice little straight one down there. Even an iron's actually all right here, Rich. You don't have to be overly aggressive and blaze away with a driver, but iron 3-wood, that's the norm for most players. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Looking at 130 yards now for the second shot. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green. And a chance for birdie here in the first hole. Locked in on the read and the speed. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, a nice mix of opening holes here at Quail Hollow in the Wells Fargo Championship. Pretty short par 3 here at the second.
180-yard shot. We'll play more like 175 for the half a club downhill. There's much more green on that right side. If you're not too sure what club to hit, then you should stay away from that left side.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
This is a strong par 4, 452 yards, the third hole. It's a good challenge, Frank.
It is. Big sweeping dogleg left. Actually in a straight line. It's 315, 320 yards to run out. So if you hit the ball further than that, it's going to have to draw. Otherwise, you'll be hitting in the rough on the other side. Still a lengthy shot into there on a green that actually has 3 different levels.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. Now the approach here at the third. And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Getting set now over the putt. That's a bogey. Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself it is an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the fifth hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory Mcilroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dog leg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult.
Good news is, Frank, you can see the golf ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an uncertain lie in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. You'd rather it be in the rough. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Birdie try up next. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just a couple of feet. And he makes it for par. Frank, this is where you know that players like Bubba Watson, Dustin Johnson, Rory Mcilroy are playing a different game than guys like me. They step up to this 250-yard par 3 and they might hit a 5-iron. It is a little downhill, but they might be with a middle iron where a lot of us would be with a driver.
Well, you see the advantage of that power on this very hole, not just because of the length they got to hit it, but the green they're heading into. This green slopes off in both directions, right and left, so you have to land that ball in the middle of the green. So, yeah, it's a big advantage if you can go at this hole with like a 5-iron.
Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. Seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
And he's made the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good putt. Frank, there's a lot to chew on here as you get to the tee at the 532-yard par 5/7.
In today's game, 530 plus change you'd think is incredibly short. And look at the trouble in front of you. Water all the way down the right side and around that right side of the green. Bunkers left. This is not for the faint of heart.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design.
Should be safely on deck.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Out of the short par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, just 350 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but why not go for it in one, try to make something happen?
I think both plans work well, Rich. This is one of those holes, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. You're going to lay it up. If you're going to go for it, just aim at that tree and hit it down there. Just take your medicine.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. makes the green in regulation. Settles in over the putt.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory Mcilroys and the Ricky Fellas have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4. Second shot.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Well, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. And you need a bit of force to extract one out of there. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough. Rich, you know, after you've already made one mistake in the rough, there's a chance he's going to make another.
Just trying to get it back out into the fairway and not make a big number. Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult. It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Frank, looks like pars are just not good enough at this stage of the tournament.
Yeah, scoring's way too good today, Rich.
Back here at the par 4 11th at Quail Hollow, set to tee off. What's the right game plan here, Frank?
Oh, there's two, really. That left bunker off the tee, it's about 265 yards to get it on the fairway, or 308 yards, 310 yards run out there. I've seen players just try and carry the bunker, sort of set up a short iron, and I've seen players like Rory Mcilroy just try and blast a driver with a hook on it. Both strategies have worked. There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Getting set now over the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favour a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus it's yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
That par certainly won't hurt the cause.
Still some time. Out of the par 3, 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. There's a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle. Needs a sort of miracle putt.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver, nothing in between. That's an absolute beauty.
And here at 14, another chance to make a birdie with the right approach shot.
Yeah, laying back there a lengthy way in, the green will still kick to the left. So even though it's only a wedge in hand, you've got to aim right at this flag.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Shouldn't be a problem here. Very impressive and on the move right now. Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory Mcilroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, with that brutal green mile looming ahead, beginning at the 16th hole, this might be the last really good opportunity to make something happen, to generate some excitement, this second shot to the 15th.
Really have to focus on what's ahead of you right now. Second shot, extremely uphill. So the higher you can hit that shot, the better off. And of course, this green too, where that ball lands, it's almost a lottery. There's so many undulations in this 15th green.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Putt for par. He needs one. Has his par. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Second shot now to the daunting par 4 16th hole. Frank, this is all you want.
Yeah, and if you want to take the safe route, then obviously that's down the right side. That's the quickest way to get to the putting surface, and also it's the flattest side. When they start sticking the flag on the left, though, be prepared to pay the price. Short, difficult chip. Long, ball's going to bounce over the back.
This one looks right on point. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, this is all you want in a par 3, especially late in the round. You have to carry the water. You have to deal with the pressure. At 221 yards, this requires a player's very best.
On the process of elimination, don't go long, don't go left, don't go short, and right is marginal. It doesn't leave you with much. Should be safely on deck.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Oh, looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank. Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Inside 20 feet, never bad.
Yeah, 18 feet to be exact.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Time to pick up and move on. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area, just over 290 yards to get past that, and then the narrowest green that still sits up against the lake. This is just a brutal finish.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. Wow, I thought he made that. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a 2-putt, well done.
Always take that. Good par putt right there. Don't forget the final round comes your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, so long for now.